Dogworks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dog Works. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com. You can support this podcast on patreon.com/firstpawmedia.
You are your dog's best friend. We all know this, right? Did you know that you might be annoying them too? Yup. If you don't stick to a routine or even stare at them and pat them on the head, your dog might not like it. It is true.
From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dog Works Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is Dogworks Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now, here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
Hello and welcome to Dogworks Radio. This is your host, Michele Forto, and I am the lead trainer of Alaska Dog Works, where we help humans and their dogs have better relationships. Before we get started on today's show, you may have heard that a new movie comes out called Dog, starring Channing Tatum. I would be remiss not to say that as a professional dog trainer, these types of movies make me cringe. Inevitably, anytime a movie comes out like this, we see an influx of the breed in the movie show up for training because uneducated owners impulse buy thinking they are getting the dog breed that they see in the movies. It happened with Golden Retrievers, St. Bernards, Labs, Siberian Huskies, Irish Setters, and Dalmatians. Please do your research. In the movie Dog, it showcases a Belgian Malinois. I have trained a lot of these over the years and can honestly say these are one of the most intense breeds on the planet. They are not the breed for the typical dog owner. They are just too much. Well, dog. So that is my public service announcement for the week. Let's get to the show. Did you know that your dog loves you unconditionally? It's one of the best parts of their companionship. But that doesn't mean your dog loves everything you do. In fact, a lot of dog owners irritate their pet every day without even realizing it. Do you think you might be guilty? Here are 10 ways you might be annoying your dog. Not sticking to a routine. Dogs find routine comforting, knowing what to expect, such as when you will be coming home or when their dinner will arrive, eases their stress. The same is true for walks and potty breaks. If you don't give your dog a set routine, it can cause anxiety and behavior problems. Instead, try to meet your dog's needs on a consistent schedule, weekday or weekend. You can always add bonus activities for an extra bit of fun, but do all you can to provide a predictable environment. Leaving your dog alone. Dogs are highly social and require human company to thrive. If you leave them alone, it definitely disappoints them. Of course, you can't be with your pet every minute of the day, but excessive isolation leads to an unhappy dog and a load of problems, including separation anxiety, destructive chewing, excessive barking, and more. Be sure you spend quality time with your dog every day. For the times you can't be there, consider hiring a pet sitter or dog walker to help meet your pet's social needs. Boring your dog. Many dog breeds were originally developed to perform jobs like herding or catching vermin. So from a dog's perspective, having nothing to do but lie around all day is dreadfully boring. And bored dogs become destructive and stressed. Even breeds that were developed as companions still appreciate having a purpose. Provide your dog with plenty of physical exercise and mental stimulation, and consider taking up a dog sport that puts your dog's intelligence and instincts to work, or buying fun, interactive dog toys. Hugging your dog. It's natural to hug your loved ones, including your canine companion. But just as some people feel hugs are an invasion of their personal space, many dogs dislike a tight embrace. Hugs are a form of restraint. Your dog can't run away or escape while they're pinned by your arms. It can also seem threatening. Although some dogs don't mind hugs from their beloved owners, and therapy dogs are taught to tolerate even a stranger's hug, it is better to find more dog friendly ways of showing affection. Patting your dog on the top of the head. For some reason, people enjoy patting dogs on the top of their heads, but if you pat your own head, you'll see how jarring it can be. Plus, dogs don't like outstretched hands reaching over them. It's threatening. If you learn to read dog body language, you'll likely notice stress signals when you pat a dog this way. Instead, stroke the dog in a less intimidating spot like their chest or the side of their neck. We hope you won't find our sponsor spot as annoying as these tips, but we are going to take a break here, and when we come back, we will continue with our list.
We're living in uncertain times. If there is one thing we can be thankful for, that is the recent pet adoption boom. Shelters are being cleared out, and that means you may not know much about your new best friend. Alaska Dogworks virtual and on-site classes are the best way for you to build a lasting bond and learn about your pup, new or old. From setting up a proper routine to learning the commands and much more, Alaska Dogworks provides you with the resources to develop your dog into one of the best. Right now, Alaska Dogworks has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Go to alaskadogworks.com now and use promo code DOGWORKS and save 20% off your training program at the time of your booking. Visit alaskadogworks.com and use promo code DOGWORKS to save 20% today. That's alaskadogworks.com and use promo code DOGWORKS at the time of booking.
Okay, what else could we have on our list that could be annoying your dog? Well, staring at your dog is one more thing. When you and your dog stare into each other's eyes, it releases the feel-good hormone oxytocin, which increases feelings of love and boosts your bond. But that's assuming your dog enjoys direct eye contact in the first place. Although your dog may spend a lot of time staring at you, many dogs don't enjoy you staring back unless they've learned to associate it with good things, like cuddles and treats. Staring is threatening in dog language, so teach your dog to enjoy eye contact with exercises like Watch Me. Teasing your dog. When it comes to teasing dogs, we usually think of children as the main culprits. They might pull a dog's tail or play keep away with a toy, but adults can tease dogs too. Pretending to throw a ball might seem funny to you, but it's unfair to your dog. Not only is it annoying, but it can erode your dog's trust. Instead, deliver on your promises and be honest with your pet. Relying on spoken language. No doubt you talk to your dog. They make great listeners after all, but it's important to remember that although dogs can understand human speech, they don't process it the same way we do and can only learn a limited number of words. Lecturing them about jumping on visitors is far less effective than teaching them an alternative way to say hello. Be conscious of how you verbally communicate with your dog. Rely on words they understand. Be consistent in how you use those words and add hand signals to your cues. Yelling at your dog. To a dog, yelling is the human equivalent of barking. They know you're riled up about something, but because they can't understand the meaning of your speech, they have no idea why. That's upsetting and confusing. It can also agitate your dog, so rather than stopping unruly behavior in its tracks, it can exasperate it. Instead of getting loud with your dog, keep your volume steady and adjust the tone of your voice. Rushing your dog on walks. From your perspective, Walking your dog might be about providing physical exercise and potty breaks, but that's not how your dog sees it. In fact, that attitude is ruining your dog's walk. Instead, walk should be a chance for mental stimulation, socialization, and a good sniff session. Don't ask your dog to heel past every fire hydrant and tree trunk. Let them smell, explore, and take their time. No doubt you've annoyed your dog with something on this list. Thank goodness our canine companions are quick to forgive. But now that you know how your pet really feels, you can be more considerate of their needs and perspective and try harder to live in harmony. Want to show your dog love? Treat them to something fun. So, what do you think? Do you do any of these things to your dog? What is their reaction? Let us know in the comments. A couple quick housekeeping tips. For those that are listening in Alaska, did you know that you can hear our show every week on Old School Radio? We are on KVRF 89.5 in the Palmer Lower Mat-Su Valley area. We will be at the Mat-Su Outdoorsman Show in late March. Come by and see one of our seminars on Adventure Dogs Club and stop by our booth too. We will be starting our summer group classes in the park in late April in 2 locations this year, Wasilla and Anchorage. And one last thing, did you know the single best thing you can do for our show is tell your family and friends how you listened? Who knows? They might become a rabid listener just like you. I'm Michele Forto for DogWorks Radio. See you next time.
From First Paw Media, this is DogWorks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media. Did you know that Alaska Dog Works trains service dogs for those in need throughout North America? Each and every service dog that is trained through the Lead Dog Service Dog Program and Michele Forto and her team has an individual training plan. We train for autistic, mobility, psychiatric, and PTSD for our soldiers for service work. If you know of someone that may need a service dog, please take a moment and check out Alaska Dog Works on social media and at alaskadogworks.com.